This is Jarrod Horak. Welcome to another Road to 2023 Kentucky Oaks video. And in this video series so far, through 9 races, my top choices have 4 wins and a 3rd place finish. That 3rd place finish was in last week's Untappable Stakes. My top choice, Baba, had a slow start, rallied outside, ended up picking up 3rd, was no threat to the top 2, but that was because of that bad start, cost her that early position. She was expected to end up tracking the pace, but then she wasn't able to do that. She ran on okay. And they're probably going to give her another chance in a 2-turn points race. And if that doesn't pan out for whatever reason, they can always turn her back in distance. She was a decent sprinter up to 7 furlongs. So now the points races for the Oaks will now get a little more serious. Those points races last year are for the most part, except for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, which was 30 points to the winner. The other points races last year were worth 10 points to the winner. So now starting January 1st with this points race, Happy New Year, everybody. And in this 2023 first points race of the year, the Santa Ynez Stakes at Santa Anita Park, 20 points to the winner, 8 for 2nd, 6 for 3rd, 4 for 4th, and then 2 for 5th. And if you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita Park, head on over to the runawayhorse.com. You will find those full cards on my sales page. If you're interested in seeing my full card recaps, you can head on over to my California page at the runawayhorse.com. You'll find full card highlights, recaps of stakes races, track bias information, and much more at therunawayhorse.com on my California page. Now let's get into the analysis of this video. And in this video, I'm going to be covering the 7th race at Santa Anita Park for Sunday, January 1st, 2023. The Grade 2, $200,000 Santa Ynez Stakes. 3-year-old fillies. They just turned 3 now, so it will be 7 furlongs on the main track. Scheduled post time, 5:59 p.m. Eastern. Satin is number 1, and she's 20-1 morning line, and she'll probably try to get involved late for trainer Doug O'Neill. This one, she's run 4 times. She's had a win and a 3rd. Her win was in her 5-furlong debut at Del Mar. Her 3rd place finish was at Turfway Park last time out in an all-weather route. She was 3rd, beaten 14 lengths. She's going to have to run much better to threaten these, but I think she's going to probably try to save ground and rally from off the pace. Number 2, Justique is another closer, but she is the favorite in this race, and she's 4-5 morning line, and she's looked good visually. You look at that debut, she broke slow, and she just rolled past the rivals. She made that quick burst from off the pace. She won by more than 2 lengths. She was sitting back in 10th and last. She was well back, probably more than 10 lengths back, and she won that one going away. The show finisher was the next out winner. She came back, and they stretched out in distance in the Grade 2 Chandelier at 1 mile and 1/16 at Santa Anita. Her first start was July 31st. Her second start was October 8th. So coming off a little bit of a layoff and stretching out, first start against winners in a stakes race, and she ended up doing okay. She was last early. She picked up 3rd. She was no threat to the top 2 finishers. They turned her back and dropped her in class in the listed Santa Ynez Stakes last time out at 7 furlongs at Del Mar. She did the same thing she did in her career debut. She broke from the inside post. She was last early. She inhaled her rivals. She won under a hand ride by more than 2 lengths. So the thing that she hasn't done yet is run really fast, but she's been visually impressive in those wins around 1 turn. They paid $725,000 for this one. John Sheriff's good stats in the graded stakes ranks. Victor Espinosa's been riding her. He will ride back. She's going to be last early probably and try to rally and beat these. Number 3, Lily Pooh. This one, she's run 3 times. She's had a win and 2 seconds. She was 2nd, beaten 5 lengths in her debut at Del Mar at 6.5 furlongs. Second time out, she stuck the pace, and she was 2nd best there. Feza beat her there. Feza came back and won the Grade 1 Starlet at Los Alamitos. And then Lily Pooh came back and broke her maiden last time out at 6.5 furlongs at Del Mar, where she stalked the pace and she won nicely, and she earned an improved speed rating. So she's getting better. Now she moves to the Michael McCarthy barn, making her 3rd start after a layoff. Ramon Vasquez, who rode her in her last 2 starts, will be back aboard, and she should sit a decent tactical trip, and she might offer a bit of value, especially Justique's going to take a lot of money, and then the odds for the other horses will probably inflate a bit. Huntingcoco was really good in her debut for Bob Baffert. She's number 4 at 8-1 here. She's stuck from 2nd. She pulled clear. She won by more than 6 lengths. But her last 2 stake starts, Grade 2 Chandelier, she was 7th, beaten more than 30 lengths. The Santa Ynez, she was 5th, beaten 10 lengths. So she really hasn't shown anything in the stakes ranks yet. She runs back to that debut. She's a little interesting. but she's really hasn't shown anything in the stakes ranks. So I think it's a little bit tough to play her. John Velasquez will get a board in here. Fast and Shiny is another Bob Baffert trainee. She's won for 4 Lifetime, and she won her debut. And that was at Del Mar over the summer. And then in her last 2 stake starts after that, in the Del Mar debutante, she was 5th by 20 lengths. In the Grade 3 Surfer Girl at a mile on turf, she was 4th, beaten 2 lengths. She set the pace in an optional claiming turf race last time out, and she ended up finishing 6th in a 7-horse field. She turns back in distance, returns to the main track, had a bullet workout for this on December 29th, and she'll probably be forwardly placed. Parody is another one that should impact the pace. She stalked and scored in the slop in her debut. That was for trainer Rudolph Brissett. And then she moved to the Bob Baffert barn second time out, the Santa Ynez Stakes. She set the pace. She finished 4th, beaten almost 10 lengths. Justique won that one. So now Juan Hernandez will ride back, and she's one that certainly can impact the pace in this spot. Ice Dancing will round out the field, and she is 7-2 morning line for trainer Richard Mandela. This one's the daughter of Frosted. Mike Smith will get aboard, and he rode her in her debut. And in that debut run, and Tell Me No Lies beat her. She rallied from last after breaking slow to finish 3rd. And Tell Me No Lies beat her second time out when she was a maiden going in the Del Mar debutante. And in that Grade 1 race, she finished an even 3rd. Again, she was still a maiden running in the Grade 2 Chandelier when she stretched out in distance in her 3rd start. And Tell Me No Lies beat her again. She was 4th, beaten 6 lengths, but she was only a half length behind the 4-5 favorite in this race, Justique, that day. So then they brought her back in a maiden race last time. She ran a good race. She got out there. She controlled the pace. She was the heavy favorite, doing it the hard way. Bob Baffert trainee chased her throughout, and those two finished more than 13 lengths clear of the show finisher. That was a fast race, and Ice Dancing won by a length. So now that outside post, he should have a good tactical spot in this race, and I think she'll probably run a quality race in here, and that's the horse that I'm going to pick on top as my value top choice. I think that Ice Dancing has a decent shot in here. I always like these early pressing types breaking from outer posts in extended sprints. So if you've watched my videos in the past, I've mentioned that angle multiple times. If you've purchased my full cards, I use that angle a lot in these 7 furlong, 1-turn mile type races. I like the horses with early pressing speed from those outer posts. They typically work out comfortable trips. Ice Dancing should offer a hint of value in here. She has stakes experience, and she should get the jump on her main rival, number 2, Justique. I don't know that she's going to get enough pace help to flatter her late kick, but she sure does have a big late kick, and she really has a quick turn of foot as well. So I would not be surprised if Justique ran a quality race, just not going to offer a lot of value. Then I'll make Lily Pooh my 3rd choice. Decent maiden win last time out. Mike McCarthy moves to his barn, and I think that she should work out a good trip. So how I'm going to play this race is I'll make a win wager on number 7, Ice Dancing. We'll play an exacta, a one-way exacta, Ice Dancing number 7 over the 2, Justique, and then a trifecta key. I'm going to key Ice Dancing number 7 over the 2, Justique, and the 3, Lily Pooh. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content. I will be back with my Road to the Kentucky Derby video series. I'll take a look at the Smarty Jones Stakes for January 1st in my next video this week. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel for that one. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.